It's time for another cracking unboxing, kiddies, and today we're checking out an actual Android tablet, something that's rarer these days than a funny joke on Mrs. Brown's Boys. Say alright there, fella, to the OnePlus Pad, OnePlus's very first tablet, and a gorgeous slender 11-inch slab, boasting a 144Hz Dolby Vision display, quad speaker setup, and enough beef to basically do whatever you want. So here's my full OnePlus Pad unboxing and review, and for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So first, what do you get in the box? Well, you've got yourself a OnePlus Pad, a typically on-brand bright red USB cable, a couple of bits in here, basically a quick start guide that literally just points you in the direction of the power button, and an actual membership card for the Red Cable Club as well. And that's actually bloody it, pretty massive box considering that's all you get. So here in Blighty, the OnePlus Pad will cost you 449 quid. This lovely rectangular bastard is constructed from aluminium alloy with a lovely unibody design. That metal frame sports a matte finish, so thankfully fairly resistant to fingerprints and scuffs, although as you can see, if you've been handling it for a little while, you get some greasy prints emerging. Now a wee bit of spit and polish once thrown out though. Looks rather smart, quite subtle branding as well, which is always refreshing, although of course the eye is naturally drawn to the undeniably bloody massive camera bump. In fact, you've even got this radial pattern that emanates out from it to draw the eye even further. Pretty slick stuff though, and while the OnePlus Pad does only come in this singular colour, halo green, I rather like the finish. It's not a boring, straightforward silver or white or black or anything, but it's also not proper in your face. And the OnePlus Pad is an 11.6 incher, so it's not exactly compact, but it is surprisingly slender. Just a few millimeters thick, as you can see there, and it weighs just over half a kilo. I've certainly had bugger all issues clutching this thing for a good hour or so while reading books, watching a video, and I ain't exactly a John Cena. I was a wee bit worried that the bezels surrounding the OnePlus Pad screen are so skinny that my thumb would intrude on the display and then balk the responsiveness, but as you can see, it doesn't seem to be a problem. Now the software running on the OnePlus Pad is Android 13 with OxygenOS 13.1 slapped on top of that. So if you've owned a OnePlus smartphone before, you'll know exactly what to expect here. It's a reasonably stock Android vibe, with a fair few bonus features slathered on top, very similar to ColorOS of course. And with the Pad, OnePlus is offering 3 years of Android OS updates. We'll get Android 14, then 15, then 16 beyond that, and 4 years of security updates. To actually unlock the OnePlus Pad, you've got a bit of face unlock action using that front-facing camera. Not quite as secure as a fingerprint sensor, of course, but so far I've had bugger all issues using this. Nice and speedy, as you can see there. All of your regular favourite OxygenOS features are bunged on here, including the shelf, although this is still a skinny wee bugger, not exactly maximising that wide tablet display. As usual, you can customize the OnePlus Pad by changing up the fonts, the icon styles. No always on display options, unfortunately, as it's an IPS panel. One change that OnePlus has made for the OnePlus Pad is now you can swipe 2 fingers down from the top end of a screen in order to split it. So let's say you were browsing Chrome and then you suddenly decided you wanted to watch a bit of Uncle Spurt action. Well, boom, super quick and easy, and you can resize at that window as well, so you can give priority to one side or the other. And what I really like is it's really easy to nip between this multi-window setup and say, for instance, I want to go into Deezer, start playing some tracks, get a bit of that on the go, and then all I need to do is jump back into my recent apps and that multi-window setup is still there. And oh my god, I've just clocked the WhatsApp news as well. Bloody hell, at last. And as if a bit of split screen action wasn't already enough, you can also drag out a third app, have it pop up in a mini window. You can resize this, you can drag it around, quite handy if you've got a bit of Deezer or something on the go. And if you want to, you can hide this out of sight and then just pop it back into action when you need it. And if you have yourself a OnePlus smartphone, you'll enjoy other benefits like fast and easy file sharing between the phone and the tablet. And of course, like all good tablets, you have the option of slapping on a magnetic keyboard cover if you want to turn the OnePlus Pad into a kind of makeshift laptop. This setup does come with the usual obvious limitations, like you can't adjust the screen angle at all. I've got to say though, OnePlus's keyboard is actually pretty bloody good for a tablet keyboard. There's no backlighting sadly, so you can't really use it in the evenings in the dark. But you do have proper physical keys which provide actual feedback when you are striking them. There's a respectable amount of travel as well, considering how skinny this thing is. It even comes with an adorable weenie touchpad, which is fine for simple stuff like scrolling through web pages, etc. Just for God's sakes, don't attempt to, highlight text with it or anything like that, because it'll just end in tears. Now, minor grumble time. Occasionally, I'll be watching something on the likes of Crunchyroll. I'll go to hit the space bar to pause the action, and it doesn't actually pause the action at all. It just grays out the screen, which is incredibly irritating. More often than not, it does work absolutely fine on other services. Sometimes it just decides it can't be bothered. And also, as with all tablets, this setup is perfectly fine if you've got a table or a desk to lean on. Not quite so ideal if you're just resting the thing on your lap. I mean, frankly, it's about as stable as Paul Gascoigne riding a unicycle. And the OnePlus Pad also comes with stylus support. You can bag yourself a OnePlus Stylo for a few extra quids. You've got your 4096 levels of pressure sensitivity, you've got your gesture support, all of that snazzy bollocks. Sadly, OnePlus did not send me in a stylo to test out, probably because they realised I just draw an awful lot of cock and balls. That's about the limit to my autistic abilities and integrity. Oh, and it's also worth pointing out that there's no 4G or 5G option with the OnePlus Pad, it's Wi-Fi only. Now, I've used the OnePlus Pad for a couple of days now for work and play, and I gotta say, I rather like that 11.6-inch display. It's not an OLED panel, it is just IPS, but you still get respectable contrast. Those blacks do actually look black rather than just a kind of hazy dark grey, and colours are reasonably punchy and vibrant as well. You've even got full Dolby Vision support, so good news for cinephiles, although the OnePlus Pad isn't ideal for kicking back with a movie because of the boxy 7:5 screen ratio. It's quite a tall display when you have it in landscape mode, so you get some serious letterboxing on the go. This kind of display definitely much better suited to browsing books or of course a good bit of side-by-side multitasking. Visuals are plenty crisp as well. You got 2800 by 2000 pixel resolution. Viewing angles are pleasingly wide, and the OnePlus Pad hits 500 nits at the peak brightness. So even though it is a highly glossy reflective panel, you can just about see what's going on when you are using it outdoors. And this thing maxes out at 144Hz refresh as well, so flipping through menus and all your supported apps, silky creamy smooth, absolutely love it. As for the audio, well, similar to the likes of the iPad Pro and other big premium tablets out there, the OnePlus Pad sports a quad speaker setup. And I gotta say, once you boost that volume up, prepare to have your ears absolutely shattered to bits. So welcome to episode 150 of TechSpert Weekly. That seems like some sort of achievement or milestone that should be acknowledged and celebrated in some kind of way. So I'll tell you what, even when I've been working in a very noisy, busy kitchen with all kinds of chaos kicking off in the background, I can always clearly hear what on earth is going on. And that stereo effect comes through pretty well. Even when you're clutching the OnePlus Pad in portrait mode, you can still tell the difference between the two distinctive channels. And yes, as you might expect, the Pad does come with full Dolby Atmos support, complete with the usual presets. You can tinker around with those if you want. As for the camera tech, well, the OnePlus Pad does have an 8-megapixel lens squirreled away in that teeny top bezel. You got full facial tracking and everything, so it can keep you in focus no matter how you're roaming about the place. The HDR chops are pretty good. The mics do a brilliant job of picking up in your voice. So certainly the OnePlus Pad, great for a bit of Skyping and Zooming and all that good stuff. And yes, for some reason, the OnePlus Pad also comes with a 13-megapixel rear camera. Great news if you've always wanted to be the most hated person at a gig. And this is what a video shot with the OnePlus Pad's rear camera looks like. Not that you should ever do this. Look at my eyes, I'm serious. If you shoot video with a tablet, you deserve to fall into a pit of spikes and acid and fire and James Corden's. So what about the performance? Well, the OnePlus Pad is powered by Mediatek's Dimensity 9000 chipset, which is a very rare sighting of it outside of China, and it's backed here in my review model by 8 gigs of RAM. And in my time with the OnePlus Pad, I've certainly been more than happy with the everyday performance. No issues whatsoever running multiple apps side by side, with loads of stuff ticking over in the background as well. For you benchmarking fans, well, here's the Geekbench 6 scores, just over 1,000 single core, 3,245 multi-core. So basically, as expected, not exactly competing with the very best premium Snapdragon and Mediatek chipsets out there, but still perfectly capable. And while a tablet is far from an ideal way of taking in a mobile game like Genshin Impact, the game ran absolutely fine on this thing. I did bump it up to the higher detail settings at 60 FPS and didn't get the most fluid frame rate. There were a fair few judders and stumbles along the way, but if you do bump down the graphics a bit, it's perfectly fluid. Got a nice stable frame rate, and the device didn't heat up either, so you can keep on gaming for an hour, 2 hours, however long your heart desires, and it won't conk out. And anytime you like, you can drag in the old Oxygen OS gaming toolbar. This serves up a handy pro gamer mode, which just dedicates all of the resources to the game in question. You can block notifications, optimize the touch sensitivity, all kinds of shenanigans. Now let's finish up this OnePlus Pad unboxing and review with a squint at the battery life. And this tablet boasts a 9,510 mAh capacity cell, serving up 1 month of standby action. Now, I've found in my time with the OnePlus Pad that battery life consistently drops at less than 10% per hour, even when I'm side-by-side multitasking with the likes of Docs and Chrome, with Deezer streaming music in the background. And it's a similar story when I'm streaming video full screen as well. So yeah, this thing will happily last you a full day on a single charge, even if it's a pretty intense full-on day. And when it is wiped, it does support 67 watt Super VOOC charging, so even if it's completely drained, a full charge will take about an hour and a quarter, about 80 minutes or so. So that right there, in a lovely little nutshell, is my unboxing and early review of the OnePlus Pad. I'm certainly very much enjoying it so far. It's a solid rival to any of the premium Android tabs out there from the likes of Samsung. But, of course, do not forget that we've got Google's Pixel tablet lingering on the horizon with its dock functionality to turn it into a funky smart display, so that might be a solid bit of competition. Right now, it'd be great to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know what you think of the OnePlus Pad. Have you already got your pre-order in? Please do poke, subscribe, and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech, and have yourselves a ruddy, wonderful rest of the week. Cheers, everyone. Love you.